Hi all, good morning. Online people, can you please confirm, are you able to audible my voice?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I hope you are able to see my screen also.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the today's class, we'll discuss about what is cloud, and we'll discuss about what is cloud computing. Then we'll discuss about what all are deployment services or deployment models present in cloud computing. And we'll discuss about what all are different service models present in cloud computing. Okay, so these are all the main topics which we are going to cover as part of our today's session. So first we'll discuss about what is cloud, and we'll discuss about what is cloud computing, and we'll discuss about what all are the deployment models which are present in the cloud computing, and what all are the service models which are present in the cloud computing. Okay. Now, before discussing these things, first we'll try to understand what is on-premise, because without knowing the on-premise, you cannot able to understand what is the purpose of the cloud and what is the purpose of the cloud computing. That's the reason first we'll try to understand what is the meaning of on-premise. Once you can understand what is the meaning of on-premise, then easily you can able to understand what is the purpose of the cloud and what is the purpose of the cloud computing. Okay, so any idea what is the meaning of on-premise? So sometimes you will use the word called as a on-premise system or on-premise software, something like that. What is meant by on-premise? Any idea? Now see, for example, I want to start a company, and in this company, I want to build one data warehouse system. I want to build one data warehouse system by depending on my client requirement. So this is my requirement. I want to start the company. In that company, what I want to do here, I need to build one data warehouse system by depending on my client requirement. So as we discussed earlier in the demo class or in the previous classes, what is meant by data warehouse? Collection of data from different types of the sources, and we are converting that data into organized format for the purpose of doing analysis to take the decisions. In the previous classes or in the demo class, we discussed about what is meant by data warehouse. And so what is meant by data warehouse? It is nothing but collection of data from different types of sources, and we are converting the data into the organized format. Why we are converting the data into organized format? For the purpose of doing analysis and to take the decisions. Okay. Now here, what is my requirement? I am going to start a company. In the company, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to build one data warehouse system based on my client requirement. Okay. Now, once I'm going to build the data warehouse system, what is the definition of data warehouse? As I told you here, we need to collect the data from the different types of sources, and we need to convert the data into organized format for the purpose of doing analysis to take the decisions, which is nothing but to perform all these activities here. What all are required? Here, I am given the definition of data warehouse, but if you want to build the data warehouse system, what is required or what all are the things are required here? So if you observe first what I'm telling, collect the data from the different types of the sources. So we are going to have the so many types of sources, and that might be the mainframe system, that might be the database, and that might be any other system. From the different types of the sources, we need to collect the data, which is nothing but we need to collect data from databases, or we need to collect the data from the mainframe system. Just I'm giving the few examples. From the databases, we need to collect the data, or from the mainframe system, we need to collect the data. That is the first thing. And after that, what we are saying, we need to convert the data into the organized format. How we can able to convert the data? From these sources, we are going to get the data, which is nothing but we need to extract the data and we need to convert the data. But how we can able to perform these operations, extraction and transformation operations, how we can able to perform? By using any one of the ETL tools, we can able to perform these operations. We can use the ETL tools or we can use the Spark also, but in the demo classes we discussed about the ETL tools only. So for now, just think about to perform extractions and transformations. What we are doing here, we are going to use the ETL tools, which is nothing but indirectly ETL tools are nothing but some softwares, which is nothing but if you want to build the data warehouse system, we need to maintain the databases and we need to maintain the mainframe system, and also we need to maintain the some softwares. And where we need to maintain all these things, if you want to maintain all these things, compulsory we need to maintain some servers, right? And if you are going to maintain the servers, obviously what we need to do again, we need to maintain the networking. Am I right? We are going to maintain 10 servers. In between each and every server, we need to maintain the communication. How communication is going to happen? With the help of the networking only, communication is going to happen, which is nothing but, I'm coming back to my statement. I am going to start a company. In that company, I want to build the data warehouse system by depending on my client requirement. Now, if you want to build the data warehouse system in your company, what all are the things we need to maintain? You need to maintain databases. You need to maintain the mainframe system. You need to install some softwares. You need to install the servers, and you need to install the networking. And one more thing, in all these softwares, what we need to maintain? We need to maintain the operating systems, because without having the operating system, can we be able to install the software? For example, I want to install the MySQL in my laptop. So first, what I need to install? Windows operating system. On top of the Windows operating system, I can able to install the MySQL software, or I can able to install the ETL tool, which is nothing but if you want to build the data warehouse system by depending on the client requirement in your company, what are the things you need to maintain? You need to maintain the servers, you need to maintain the databases, you need to maintain the softwares, you need to maintain the operating systems, you need to maintain the networking. All these are the things we need to maintain. Now, for example, if you are going to maintain all these things your own in your company, that only we can able to call it as nothing but this whole system we are calling it as nothing but on-premise systems. See, simply I can able to say on-premise is nothing but we are maintaining everything in the local, but what we are going to maintain, that's the reason just I'm discussing about all these things here. So here I am going to start a company. In that company, I want to build one data warehouse system by depending on the client requirement. If you want to build the data warehouse system, compulsory what we need to maintain? We need to maintain all these things. For example, you don't know what is data warehouse system. For example, my client requirement is he want to build one web application. Now tell me, if you want to build the web application, again, what we need to maintain? You have to maintain the servers, you have to maintain the networking, and you have to maintain the softwares, you have to maintain the databases, you need to install the operating system. All these are common. If you are going to build the data warehouse system, or if you are going to build the web applications for any kind of thing, all these are the basic things which we need to maintain. Without having these things, we cannot able to create any kind of applications or systems by depending on the requirement. Now, in this example, as part of my company, to build the data warehouse system, we need to maintain all these kind of things. If you are going to maintain all these, okay, 1 second. So if you are going to maintain all these things with your own services, at the same time, if you are going to maintain all these on your own platform, that kind of systems only we can able to call it as nothing but on-premise systems only. Now in the on-premise system, we are going to maintain databases, software, servers, operating systems, networking. Who is going to do all these activities? We ourselves need to perform all these activities. We, in the sense, we are going to have the admin team separately, we are going to have the development team separately, we are going to have the maintenance team separately, we are going to have the IT team separately. All these people, what they will do here, they are going to maintain all these things in our on-premise systems. But now you try to give the answer. If we are going to maintain the on-premise system, is there are any advantages or disadvantages? Because of on-premise systems, any disadvantages are there or not? If you are going to maintain the on-premise systems only, is there any disadvantages? Obviously, right? So for example, here we are going to maintain the servers, which is nothing but we need to maintain the physical servers or virtual servers in the on-premise system. We are going to maintain the physical servers. Now, if you want to maintain the physical servers, for example, today I am purchasing 100 servers. After 1 month or after 1 year, my number of clients are increased. Then what I need to do? I need to increase the number of servers. Okay. After 5 years, because of the recession or because of some other reason, my number of clients are reduced. Then what I need to do again? Again, I need to reduce it to 100 servers, which is nothing but by depending on my requirement or by depending on the company's requirement or by depending on the number of the clients. What we are doing here, we need to increase the number of servers or we need to decrease the number of the servers only. But if you want to increase the number of servers or if you want to decrease the number of the servers, if you want to perform this activity manually, is it a time consuming activity or is it the cost activity?
Cost activity.
It is very time consuming activity. So if you want to maintain the 100 servers or if you want to increase the number of the servers or if you want to decrease the number of the servers by depending on the requirement, if you want to do all these activities manually on-premise system, definitely what is going to happen? It is going to time consuming activity. And also, is it a costly operation or simple operation?
Costly operation.
Say costly operation. It's a costly operation because we need to maintain all these servers physically. Even if you are using or not using, we need to maintain all these servers. For example, after 1 year, you are going to maintain the 200 servers physically by purchasing. After 3 years, for example, number of clients are reduced. Then what we are doing? We are decreasing the number of servers, which means, are we going to sell the remaining 100 servers or we are going to stop the remaining servers? Just we are going to stop the servers. But what you did here? You purchased all the 200 servers physically, which is nothing but unnecessarily what we are doing. We are spending more money to maintain the servers manually on our on-premise systems, and that is the one of the disadvantage. So first thing, if you want to maintain the servers, it is time consuming activity. If you want to increase the number of servers, time consuming activity. If you want to decrease the number of servers, again time consuming activity. And to maintain these many number of servers also, again what is happening here? It is a kind of a costly operation. For that reason, to overcome all these kind of issues, what we are going to use? What we are going to use? We are going to use the cloud platforms. To overcome all these kind of issues, we are going to maintain the cloud platforms only. But here we discussed about only disadvantages. Time consuming activity is a costly operation. Maintenance is very difficult. All those are the disadvantages. Okay. But tell me, if you are going to maintain the on-premise systems, is there any advantage? Is there any advantage with the on-premise systems? I can able to say one advantage is security only. So this is the one of the great advantage if you are going to maintain everything in the on-premise system, because everything is in your control. Okay, third-party companies are not going to handle anything from your company. Everything is in your control. But that's the reason we can able to say, if you are going to maintain the on-premise system, we are going to get the security. Okay, but what is the problem here? It's a very time-consuming activity. At the same time, it's a kind of a very costly operation, and also we can able to say maintenance is very difficult. So all these are the disadvantages if you are going to maintain the on-premise system. What is the advantage here? We can able to say security is the one of the advantage if you are going to maintain the on-premise system. Now, for example, if we can able to overcome all these disadvantages by using the cloud, at the same time, if cloud can able to provide the security, then automatically what we can do? Still we need to work on the on-premise, or we can able to move to the cloud. We can able to move to the cloud, because cloud is going to overcome all these kind of disadvantages. At the same time, cloud is going to provide the security to your application also. In the situation, what we can do here, we can take the decision as we can able to move from the on-premise system to the cloud systems. We can able to say on-premise move from on-premise to the cloud system. So when we are moving here, once all above disadvantages, if we can overcome, and if we can get the security, then what we can do here, we can able to move from the on-premise to cloud system. It's a very, very important statement. And in the real time, or if you're going to work in the real time projects, we are going to work in the some of the projects called as nothing but migration projects. In those migration projects, what they will do generally, they are moving from the on-premise system to the cloud system. But why they are moving from the on-premise system to the cloud system, Sandy? To overcome all the disadvantages, whatever we discussed above. At the same time, to get the good security on your application, they are moving from the on-premise system to the cloud systems. Okay, now you try to give the answer here. What all are the advantages of cloud? Or before that, we'll try to understand first what is cloud. Based on above example, try to understand what is cloud. You can able to say cloud refers a network or internet. In the simple words, we can able to say what is cloud. Cloud refers a network or internet only. So don't get the confusion. Cloud and cloud computing both are not same. Cloud is different, cloud computing is different only. So here what we are discussing, just we are discussing about the cloud. What is meant by cloud here? Cloud refers a network or internet, or we can able to say if we are going to get a service over the internet. If we are going to get a service over the internet, just 1 minute, online people, offline people are settling down. So what I'm telling here, what is a cloud? Cloud refers a network or internet service, or we can able to say if we are going to get a service over the internet or network, that kind of system simply we can able to call it as a cloud. Okay, that network can be private network or public network. So if we are going to get any kind of service over the internet, which is nothing but either over private network or public network, that kind of system simply we can able to call it as nothing but cloud. Any idea what is the private network or public network? WAN, LAN, VPN, all these things we can able to call it as a different types of networks. And WAN, LAN, VPN. Any idea what is meant by WAN? Why?
Virtual area network. Okay.
Area network. And what is meant by LAN?
Local area.
Local area network. And what is meant by VPN?
Virtual private network.
Virtual private network. Okay, all these are the different types of the networks only. So by using any one of the network, if you are going to get the service, that kind of service only simply we can able to call it as a cloud. Okay, now actually we can able to say these two are nothing but kind of a private network, and this we can able to call it as nothing but public network. Now if you are going to get the service by using any one of the network, such kind of services simply we can able to call it as a that service is in the cloud. Okay, any example for this? In our daily usage, we are going to use the so many services by using the cloud. Any example?
Citrix.
Gmail. So Gmail, can you able to agree it as is a cloud system, cloud application, or it's a normal application? It's a cloud application because Google company built the Gmail, and how we are accessing the Gmail system, Sandy? Simply over the internet, we are accessing our Gmail service. That is, we can able to give one example as a cloud. And for example, WhatsApp. Can we able to say is it a cloud system? What they are doing? So they build the WhatsApp over the internet or over the network. What we are doing here, we are using the WhatsApp application. Simply we can able to call it a kind of a cloud application. So simply we can able to say cloud is nothing but it is a kind of a network or internet, or we can able to say if we are going to get a service over the internet or network, that kind of service or that kind of system simply we can able to call it as a cloud. Okay, now what kind of networks we are having? We are having the WAN, we are having LAN, we are having VPN, which is nothing but these are the examples of your private networks or public networks. Only if you are going to get a service by using a private network or public network, that kind of service or that kind of system we can able to call it as a cloud. Best example for the cloud on our daily usage, we can able to give it as a Gmail and WhatsApp. Okay. Now we'll try to understand what is cloud computing. Any guesses? Here, this is the cloud I'm talking. Okay, but here what we are talking about the cloud computing. Any guesses what is meant by cloud computing at high level? Now tell me.
Processing of programs.
We are using the Gmail or we are using the WhatsApp. Now in the Gmail or in the WhatsApp, can we able to add any new feature your own? What we, for example, if you take the Gmail only, what we can do here, you can compose the mail, or you can send the mail, or you can do some kind of settings in the Gmail before sending the mail or after sending the mail, which is nothing but you can able to access the Gmail, and in the Gmail you can able to perform some kind of activities by depending on your requirement. But in this Gmail, can we able to add any new feature? Is it possible? Or can we able to manipulate any features given by Gmail? Is it possible? No, right? Just what we are doing here, you are able to access this service over the network. You cannot able to perform any kind of manipulations. You cannot able to perform any kind of configurations. You cannot able to perform any kind of deployments. And here, just what we are doing, we are using the service. But as part of my requirement, if we are going to manipulate or configure or deploy in the applications by using cloud services or resources over the internet, that only we can able to call it as nothing but cloud computing. So what I'm telling here, if we are going to manipulate or configure or deploy in the application by using the cloud services or by using the cloud resources over the internet, that kind of feature only simply we can able to call it as nothing but cloud computing. And now see here, I am going to build a application. As part of building my own application, what I'm doing here, I can able to manipulate the applications, or I can able to configure the applications, or I can able to deploy the applications. But how I am going to perform all these activities? By using the on-premise systems or by using the cloud services. What I'm doing here, I am using cloud services, or I'm going to use the cloud resources. For what reason? For manipulate the applications, or to configure the applications, or to deploy the applications. If we are going to use the cloud services, or if we are going to use the cloud resources. Now tell me, if you want to use the cloud services or cloud resources, how we can able to use it? On-premise, or we are going to use everything over the internet? We are going to use everything over the internet only here. So if you are going to manipulate or configure or deploy the applications by using the cloud services or by using the cloud resources over the internet, that kind of process only simply we can able to call it as nothing but cloud computing process. Okay. Any questions on this cloud computing process up to here? Please ask me. Is it completed? No, only just we are discussing about the basics. What is the cloud? What is the cloud computing? What is the on-premise? These are the few terminologies we are trying to understand. Okay. Any questions up to here? Please ask me. Any questions? Okay. Now see here. Here I'm using a word called as a cloud services or cloud resources. And so actually, as part of cloud computing, we are going to use different types of the services. So what we are doing here, as part of cloud computing, what we will do here, we are going to use the different types of the services by depending on our requirements. By depending on our requirement, we are going to use the different types of the service, different types of the cloud services, or we are calling it as a cloud resources as part of using our cloud computing. Now tell me here, we are discussing about the definition of the cloud computing, but who is going to provide this kind of cloud computing option to you? Who will provide cloud computing features? Who will provide? You can able to say cloud.
Cloud provider.
So we can able to say cloud platforms, or simply we can able to call it as a cloud providers. Your cloud platforms or cloud providers are going to provide all the cloud computing feature. What is meant by cloud computing here? If we are going to use the cloud services, or if we are going to use the cloud resources over the internet to configure a application, that operation we are calling it as a cloud computing. But who is going to provide all these kind of services or resources? And our cloud platforms are going to provide all these kind of cloud services or all these kind of our cloud resources. Okay. Now in the market, we are having different cloud platforms. What are the different cloud platforms we are having? We are having AWS is one of the cloud platform, and Azure is one of the cloud platform, and GCP is one of the cloud platform, and Oracle Cloud is one of the cloud platform, and Alibaba Cloud is one more cloud platform. So like this, we are having the different cloud platforms in the market. So what we are going to do here, simply we are going to use either AWS or Azure or GCP. But why we are using all these cloud platforms, Andy? For the purpose of doing which activity? Cloud computing. What is meant by cloud computing? You are going to build a application, or you are going to deploy a application, or you are going to configure a application by using what? By using the cloud services or by using the cloud resources over the internet. Now, who is going to provide these cloud services or cloud resources? Our cloud platforms. What are the cloud platforms are available in the market? Either AWS or Azure, GCP, Oracle or Alibaba. So like this, we are going to have the different cloud platforms, and by using any one of the cloud platform, we are going to perform the cloud computing activities. What is meant by cloud computing activity here? You are going to configure the system, or you are going to deploy the system, or you are going to manipulate the application. That kind of activities, if you are going to perform over the internet by using the cloud services, that operation only we can able to call it as a cloud computing. Simple question, how we are going to perform the cloud computing operations? By using what? By using cloud platforms. Who all are the cloud providers, or who all are the cloud platforms we are having in the market? AWS or Azure or GCP or Oracle or Alibaba. All these are the different cloud platforms or different cloud providers we are having in the market. By using any one of the provider, we are going to perform the cloud computing activities as part of our real-time system. Okay. Now just we'll go back here. Earlier what we discussed on-premise, what we are going to maintain? Databases, mainframe, softwares, servers, operating systems, and networking. All these things we are going to operating manually, or we are going to use any kind of cloud platform in the on-premise. In on-premise, we are going to maintain everything manually. Now, why we are migrating to the cloud? Instead of doing all these activities manually from my side, I want to automate the process, or I want to simplify the process. For that reason, we are going to the cloud, which is nothing but in the cloud computing side or in the cloud platform side, what options they need to provide? They need to provide the servers. But tell me, they are going to provide the physical servers or virtual servers? They are going to provide the virtual servers. They only will provide the networking. They only will take care of the operating system. They only will take care of the databases. Indirectly, as part of on-premise, whatever the operations earlier we discussed manually, and all these operations automatically taken care by your cloud system. So we can able to say cloud platforms will take care of all below activities with minor inputs over the internet. What I'm telling here, cloud platform will take care of all the below activities. What activities? Configuring the servers, configuring the networking, configuring the operating system, configuring the software, configuring the databases. All these activities, who is going to take care? Your cloud platforms will take care of all the below activities. But if you want to perform all these activities from our side, what we need to do? At least you need to give some kind of minor inputs. And for example, in the cloud platform, you want to maintain the servers. Okay. For example, you are going to use the GCP. In the GCP, I want to maintain the servers. But at least what we need to say? I want to maintain 5 servers. I want to maintain 10 servers. That is the kind of minor inputs we need to provide to the cloud platform. With the help of the minor inputs, automatically what will happen? Your cloud platform will take care of configuring the servers, configuring the networking, configuring the softwares. All these activities automatically taken care by your cloud platform. That's the reason nowadays most of the companies are migrating from the on-premise system to the cloud systems. So all these are the things we need to understand if you are going to work in the real-time system. But tell me, as part of interviews, will they ask the question, what is the cloud computing? If you are going with the 3 to 4 years of experience, no one will ask the question, what is the cloud or what is the cloud computing? But if you are going to work as a cloud data engineer, you should have some kind of basics. For that reason, we are discussing about what is cloud computing, and why we are moving from the on-premise to the cloud system, and what is meant by on-premise, what all are the disadvantages we are having in the on-premise. All these are the basic things we need to understand if you are going to work as a cloud data engineer in our real-time projects. Is it clear? Any questions so far? Please ask me. Any questions or any confusions? Okay, I will ask the question. You try to give the answer. What is the cloud computing? What is cloud computing? In simple words, you can able to say, if you are going to manipulate, or if you are going to configure, or if you are going to deploy the applications by using cloud services or by using cloud resources on-premise or over the internet. Over the internet, that kind of operation, simply we can able to call it as a cloud computing. Okay, next question. Just 1 minute only. So sorry for inconvenience, Andy. So today actually most of the people came, so that's the reason this kind of disturbance. Sorry for that. Okay. But tomorrow onwards we'll handle all these things. So we discussed about what is cloud computing. Now you tell me, who is going to provide all these kind of cloud computing services? Our cloud platforms are going to provide this. What all other cloud platforms are available in the market? AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle, Alibaba. So like this, we are having the different cloud platforms. With the help of the cloud platforms, automatically we can able to perform the cloud computing. As part of cloud computing, what we are doing here, we are going to use the different cloud services or different cloud resources for the purpose of building the applications or manipulating the applications or configuring the applications or deploying the applications. We are using all these kind of our cloud services over the internet. Okay. Now we need to understand what are the advantages of cloud by using all the previous things. What we can able to say?
No need to maintain servers.
First one I can able to say easy scalability. Second one, very flexible to use. Very flexible to use. Next one we can able to say pay as use. Okay, whatever the amount of things we are using, only for that only we are going to pay the money. And so this is the one more thing, and these are very effective services. So simply we can able to say what are the advantages of the cloud at the high level. First one, easy scalability. Second one, very flexible to use. And next one, pay as you use. Whatever the things you are using, only for that only we are going to pay the money. And last one, we can able to say it as a your cloud is going to provide the effective services. With that, we can able to build the effective applications. Okay. But here, what is meant by easy scalability? As we discussed earlier, so initially you are going to maintain the 100 servers. After that, after 1 year, you want to maintain the 200 servers, which is nothing but you want to increase the number of servers. And after 1 year, again, you want to reduce the number of servers, which is nothing but by depending on our requirement, either we are increasing the number of resources or we are decreasing the number of resources. That kind of feature only we can able to call it as a scalability. Now, on-premise, if you want to perform this operation, it is the time-consuming activity and it is a very costly operation. But if you are going to use the cloud, what will happen? It is very, very easy operation. Just we need to give some kind of inputs. With the inputs, what will happen? Your cloud platform will take care of increasing the number of servers or decreasing the number of servers automatically and on the fly. And one more thing, if you want to increase the servers on-premise, it is a time-consuming activity or it's a fast activity? It's a very time-consuming activity. But if you are going to use the cloud, is it a fast activity or time-consuming activity? On the cloud, it is very fast activity, and by depending on your requirement, you can able to increase the number of servers within minutes or within hours by depending on our requirement. Or if you want to decrease the number of servers also, what we can do here, within the minutes or within the hours only, you can able to perform all these operations. That's the reason one of the best advantage we can able to say it as nothing but easy scalability by using our cloud systems. Okay. And second one, very flexibility to use. What it means? On-premise, for example, if you want to maintain the servers or networking or softwares or OS&D, which team we need to maintain separately? We need to maintain the admin team. Admin team only know about what is the server or what is the network or what is the OS. All these activities will taken care by your admin team as part of our on-premise systems. But coming to cloud, what we can do? With the minimal knowledge, you yourself can able to configure servers, you yourself can able to configure the networking, you yourself can configure the operating systems or applications by depending on our requirement. But in the real time, are we going to configure all these things in the cloud? So I am saying that it is very flexibility to use. But my question here is, in real time, are we going to configure servers and networking as a cloud data engineer?
No, it will be done by the IT department.
So here, simple answer is no, Andy. But here we are not discussing about roles and responsibilities of the cloud data engineer. What we are discussing about the advantages of the cloud. Okay, from that perspective, I'm telling that it is very flexibility to use, which is nothing but easily you can able to configure the servers, easily you can able to maintain the networks, easily you can able to maintain the operating systems, easily you can able to maintain the softwares. By seeing the statement, don't think that as a cloud data engineer, we are going to perform all those operations. And in the real time, in the cloud systems, we are having the separate admin team.
And also fault tolerance is also there.
Yeah, we'll cover all those. So we are going to have the admin team separately. So what admin team will do here? By using the cloud, they are going to maintain the servers, they are going to maintain the applications, they are going to maintain the operating system and everything. But here just I'm trying to say this is the one of the advantage when we are going to use the cloud. Okay. Now, for example, on-premise system, in admin team, if you are going to maintain the 10 people, in the cloud, what we can do here? Only with 1 people or 2 people, we can able to maintain all these kind of activities. That is the one of the advantage we can able to say with the help of the cloud. Is it clear? Okay. Now next one, what I'm saying, pay as you use. What it means? In the previous example, in the second year or third year, we are maintaining 200 servers. After that, for example, because of reducing the number of clients, we are decreasing the number of servers to 100. Okay. Now, what we can do with the remaining 100 servers, Sandy? Already we purchased. Okay. Already these are the physical servers, which is nothing but already we purchased all these servers. We spend the money already, but now we are using the only 100 servers. Unnecessarily, we are not using the remaining 100 servers. At the same time, unnecessarily, we spend the extra amount on the remaining 100 servers. But if you are going to use the cloud, what we are going to do? First, we are going to maintain only 100 servers. For that, we are paying the money. After that, we are increasing it to 200 servers. For those 200 servers, we are going to pay the money. After that, we are reducing it to again 100 servers. Now tell me, we are going to pay the money for 100 servers or we are going to pay the money for 200 servers? we are paying the money for only 100 because now in the third year, I am using only 100 servers. For that reason, I will pay the money for only this 100 servers. But coming to second year, I am using 200 servers. For that reason, I need to pay the money for only these 200 servers, which is nothing but whatever the number of servers you are using, or whatever the number of cloud services we are using, or whatever the number of cloud resources we are using, only for that we are going to pay the money. So with that, what we can do here, we can able to save the cost if you are going to use the cloud system. That's the reason we can able to say this is the one more advantage whenever we are going to use the clouds. I will mention here. Whatever the services or whatever the resources we are using, only for that we are going to pay the money. So we are not going to pay the money for all the servers, whatever we are not using, and whatever the servers or whatever the services or whatever the resources we are using, only for that only we are going to pay the money. That only we are calling it as a pay as you use. Okay. And last one, it is going to provide the effective services, which is nothing but in the market we are having different clouds. Obviously, what will happen in between each and every cloud, we are having the lot of competition. Now you tell me, if you want to face the competition as a cloud platform people, what you need to do? So for example, initially we are having the AWS, later Azure came into the picture, later GCP came into the picture. Now in the market we are having total 3 different cloud platforms. Now each and every company, what they need to do? To get the business or to get the customers, they need to provide the effective services compared to the other cloud platform. For example, earlier we are having Airtel. After that, Docomo came, and after that, any names? For example, Idea. Okay. So for example, initially we are having the Airtel, then Docomo, then Idea. So recently what happened 4 years back? Jio came into the picture. Now as a Reliance company, so what they planned here, they want to take all the customers from the Airtel and Docomo and Idea. Simply what they did here, they given free calling option, they are given the plans with the very less amount of cost. And so with that, automatically what happened, within 6 months, half of the customers are moved from the Airtel to Jio, Docomo to Jio, and Idea to Jio, which is nothing but to face the competition. Automatically what they need to do here, companies need to provide the very good services, and without giving the good services, automatically what will happen, they can able to lose the customers. That's the reason, because of the competition, every cloud platform is trying to give the best services. That's the reason, if you are going to use the cloud in the real time, automatically what is going to happen, we are going to get the effective services. Okay. Other than these things, we can able to say, if we are going to use the cloud, you will get the high availability. What is meant by high availability? For example, you are maintaining the on-premise systems, and in the Hyderabad, in the high-tech city, you are building all the servers and you are building all the software and everything. Because of the any reason, because of the crashes or because of the floods, your entire building was damaged. Now tell me, from where we can able to get all the data, whatever we stored in the servers? Is it possible? If you are going to maintain everything in the on-premise system, we are maintaining everything in the high-tech city in the Hyderabad. Because of some reason, because of the floods or because of any reason, my entire servers are crashed. If it is going to crash, from where we can able to get the data? Is there any possibility? Obviously, no. But if we are going to use the cloud, what will happen here is, they are going to maintain the replica of the data. You can able to say, they are going to maintain replica of the data in different regions. So what I'm telling here, they are going to maintain the replica of the data in the different regions. For example, in the India, they are having one region. In US, they are having one more region. In other country, they are having one more region. In India, because of some reason, their servers are cached. Then what they can do? They can able to fetch the data from the US region. Or for example, in US, because of some reason, servers are crashed. Then what they can do here, they can able to get the data from the other country. So that kind of feature only we can able to call it as nothing but high availability feature. Because of any reason, if servers are crashed in the one region, from other region we can able to get the data. That kind of feature only we can able to call it as a high availability feature. But tell me, to get the high availability feature, as a user, do we need to perform any activities manually here? As a user, we are not performing any activities manually. Your cloud platform will take care of all these things automatically. And that's the reason we can able to say this is the one more advantage. Okay. In the same way, we are having some more advantages like it will provide the fault tolerance, and it is going to provide the partitioning, and it is going to provide the move computation. We'll discuss about all these things in detail in the coming classes, Andy, but at present you can understand what are the advantages of the cloud. Because of all these advantages only, what is happening now? Nowadays, most of the companies are migrating from the on-premise system to the cloud system. Again, asking the same question, what is meant by on-premise? Because after discussing all these things, you will forget about the beginning thing, Andy. What is meant by on-premise, which we discussed at the beginning of the class?
The data which is in local.
If you are maintaining all the servers or softwares or mainframe systems or databases or networking or operating systems on your own, in your own network, that kind of system only we can able to call it as a on-premise system. Okay. What is meant by cloud computing? Sir, why you are asking the same question? Because just to recollect everything, Andy. Otherwise, after discussing all these topics, generally what will happen? Our mind will forget about all the previous things which we discussed before 20 minutes or 30 minutes. That's the reason just trying to recap everything during the classes. Okay. What is meant by cloud computing? If we are going to manipulate or configure or deploy in the applications by using what? By using cloud services or by using the cloud resources over the internet, that kind of feature only we can able to call it as nothing but cloud computing. Now, who is going to provide this kind of cloud computing in the real time? Our cloud platforms or cloud providers. What are the providers we are having? AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle, Alibaba, like this we are having the different cloud providers or different cloud platforms. Okay. And what are the advantages of the cloud? Easy scalability, very flexibility to use, pay as you use, effective services they are providing, high availability, fault tolerance, partitioning, and move the computation. All these are the advantages of the cloud. That's the reason most of the companies are migrating from on-premise system to the cloud systems. Okay. Just I want to give the pause for 1 minute. Any questions so far? Please ask me. Any questions? Online people or offline people? Any questions or any confusion so far? Is it clear? Okay. If it is clear, now we'll try to understand. Whenever we are going to use the cloud platforms, we can able to see different type of deployment models, or we can able to see, and we can see different types of service models. So what we can able to see here, we can able to see the different type of deployment models, and we can able to see the different types of service models, Andy. So here,
more doubt, sir.
Yeah, please.
So actually, we have created 100 servers initially. So
Okay.
we have increased it to 200 later
Okay.
requirement. Okay.
Okay.
So if it is required has been decreased to 100. So do the 100 servers are ideal, or it will be removed and we need to again configure?
Yeah, good. So someone is asking a question like this, Andy. We created 100 servers, and as per the requirement, we increased the number of servers to 200. And after that, as per the requirement, again we are decreasing it to 100. Now, when we are going to decrease it to 100, what will happen to the old 100 servers? This is the question. He is asking, is it in ideal state or is it closed completely? Any answers from your side?
It is in ideal state.
It will be an idle.
Is it in the ideal state or is it going to the completely in the closed state?
It
will
is
be
in
an
ideal
ideal
state.
only.
We can terminate.
It will completely close. Closing nothing but it is going to do the terminate operation. See, actually you are going to have the two options, Andy. One is either you can able to terminate, which is nothing but completely we are going to close it, or you can able to stop the servers by depending on your requirement. If you want, you can able to stop the servers. Otherwise, what we can do here, you can able to terminate the servers by depending on the requirement. Now, what we can able to say, what is the answer for this question? What will happen to the old servers? Two things. Either it will be in the ideal state or it will be closed completely. That is by depending on your requirement. For example, if you don't want to use the servers, what we can do here, simply we can able to stop the servers. Okay, whenever we are going to stop the servers, what is happening here? We are not using those servers, but those servers are in the ideal state, but we are not using those servers. Okay, but if you are going to terminate it, what will happen? It will remove completely. Okay, so from your application, all those servers will gone completely, Andy. But if you are going to stop it, what will happen? Servers will be available, but it is not in the running mode. It is in the stopped mode. Okay, now you tell me, if it is in the stopped mode, do we need to pay any money to the cloud people, cloud platform people? It's not required, right? Okay, but unless, so for example, I know in next 2 years or 3 years, my number of customers are only 10, which is nothing but I know in the next 2 to 3 years, what is the amount of workload I'm going to have. And I am assuming that in next 2 to 3 years, I want to maintain only 100 servers in my company or in my application. In that situation, do we need to stop it or we can able to terminate it? I know in next 2 years, I don't have any kind of requirement to increase the servers or to start the servers only. In the situation, simply we can able to terminate. For example, I don't know when my traffic is going to increase. I don't know when my traffic is going to decrease. In the situation, what we can do here, simply we are going to make those servers in the ideal mode, which is nothing but we are stopping the servers. We are not terminating the servers only. But tell me here, as part of all these activities, is it a simple activity or complex activity? Stopping or terminating or starting the servers, is it a simple activity or complex activity in the cloud side?
Simple.
The cloud, it is very simple activity. But coming to this question, what I can able to say here, by depending on the requirement, either we can able to stop the servers or we can able to terminate the server. If you are going to stop the server, what will happen? It will go into the ideal state. If you are going to terminate the server, what will happen? You are going to lose the control completely on the server. That is the way, by depending on the requirement, either we can able to stop the servers or we can able to terminate the servers in our real-time system. Hope it is clear on that people.
Sir, one more thing, like, is it default the terminating servers or default it is ideal state?
No, nothing is in the default. So we need to give the things. Okay, if you want to stop, we need to click on the stop, or if you want to terminate, we need to click on the terminate. Or in the real time, what will happen is we are going to write some kind of scripts only. So in the script, we are going to specify if this server is not using from the last 12 hours, please stop the server. Or if the server is not using from the last 2 hours, please stop the server. So such kind of scripts we are going to build in the real time based on the script, based on the usage. Either it will stop the server or it will keep it in the ideal state or it will keep it in the running state. All those activities will be taken care by our admin team as part of our real time system. Okay, by default it is not going to stop. By default it is not going to terminate. We need to prepare some kind of scripts or we need to give some kind of inputs. Earlier, if you remember, somewhere I mentioned, one second. If you see what I told you, cloud platforms will take care of all below activities with minor inputs. When you want to start the server, when you want to stop the server, when you want to terminate the server, your cloud platform can able to understand automatically. No, right? As a user, you need to specify when you want to stop the server or when you want to terminate the server. Those are the basic inputs we need to provide in the script format. By using the script, what will happen? Your cloud will take care of starting, stopping, terminating, everything. It will take automatically. But for that, we need to provide some kind of minor inputs in the script as part of our real-time projects. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So coming to deployment models in the cloud side, we are having 4 types of deployment models only. One is we are going to have public cloud. Second one, we are going to have private cloud. And next one, we are going to have the hybrid cloud. And last one, we are having it as a community cloud. So like this, we are going to have the 4 different types of the clouds, or we can able to call it as a deployment model. Why we are calling it as a deployment model? For example, my cloud system is deployed, which can be accessible to all the public. That kind of deployment model only simply we can able to call it as a public cloud system only. For example, if AWS is building the cloud and they are allowing all the people can able to access this cloud publicly. So that kind of cloud simply what we can able to say public cloud. Okay, simply we can able to say public cloud is nothing but if anyone can able to access the cloud system, that kind of system simply we can able to call it as a public cloud. Now, what is meant by private cloud? In the name only you can able to see what is meant by private.
It is accessible to only that company.
Few people. or only particular
Okay.
companies are going to access the cloud system. If only particular people or only particular companies are going to access the cloud system, such kind of clouds we can able to call it as a private cloud only. Actually, earlier what we discussed, we are having the different cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, GCP, like this. We are having the so many cloud platforms, but some of the companies, what they are doing is building their own cloud platforms. Actually, if you take the Bank of America, or if you take the JP Morgan Chase, and they are building their own cloud platform. Now you tell me, for example, Bank of America is building one cloud platform by depending on that company requirement. Now, if they are going to build that cloud platform, whether they are going to give access to the cloud platform to all the people in the market? No, right? But
No.
coming to AWS or GCP, what they will do? They are giving the access to
to
all the
all.
people, but if a particular company is building the cloud system or cloud platform by depending on their requirement, what they will do here? They will restrict the cloud platform to only their employees, and such kind of cloud only we can able to call it as a private cloud. Simply we can able to say if only particular people or if only particular companies are going to access the cloud system, such kind of cloud system we can able to call it as a private cloud. What is meant by public cloud? If all the people in the public are able to access the cloud, that kind of cloud simply we can able to call it as a public cloud. Now, what is meant by hybrid cloud?
Combination of
Part public and part.
What
public
is
and
meant by hybrid? Actually, it's a combination only. So simply we can able to say, if we are going to maintain cloud for private and public purpose. If we are going to maintain the cloud for private and public purpose, such kind of clouds only simply we can able to call it as nothing but hybrid clouds only. Now, actually, earlier I given the example Bank of America. Now, Bank of America, what they are doing, for example, they are building the cloud platform their own. But you tell me, if they want to build the cloud platform their own, is it simple activity or complex activity? AWS is a separate cloud company, GCP is a separate cloud company, or Azure is a separate cloud company. But coming to Bank of America, is it a cloud company or is it a banking company? It's a banking company. They are having the banking employees, they are having the IT employees also. But those IT employees will work on the cloud mainly, or those IT employees are working on the banking related work. Those IT employees are going to work on the data side, which is specific to that bank, and which is nothing but simply I can able to say here, Bank of America. Don't take this as real-time example. Just I'm giving the one company name here, Bank of America. They are trying to build their own cloud platform. But what they can do here, up to one level, they can able to build cloud platform, but they cannot able to build cloud platform with all the features because of limitation of employees or knowledge experts. So why I'm telling here, because of limitation of employees or knowledge experts, why I'm giving this statement, and actually this is the banking company. Mainly they are going to work for their banking data only. They are not going to work on the cloud side, and they are having the limited number of employees. At the same time, they are having the limited people who is having knowledge on the cloud. But what they are doing here, they are trying to build the cloud. But are they going to prepare the complete cloud, or they are going to prepare the partial cloud based on their requirement? They are going to create the partial cloud only by depending on their requirement. For example, if you take the AWS or GCP, and there we are having some kind of ML services, but Bank of America is not having the requirement to perform the ML activities. In that situation, whether Bank of America people need to build any ML services in the cloud, it's not required. If they require, they want to build it. If they don't want required, then what they will do here, whatever is required, only they are going to build such kind of features in their own cloud platform. That kind of cloud only what we are calling here, we are calling it as a private cloud. Okay, so whenever any company is building any cloud, or whenever any company is using the cloud only for specific uses, or only for specific employees, or only for specific companies, and such kind of cloud only we can able to call it as a private cloud. But if we are using the cloud for the public purpose, such kind of cloud we can able to call it as a public cloud. Now, what is meant by hybrid cloud here? We are telling if we are using the combination of public plus private, such kind of cloud only we can able to call it as a hybrid cloud. Now, in this Bank of America example, for example, they build the cloud, but they are not having any ML service. Just I'm giving the example like this, Sunday. They are not having any ML service in their cloud, but as per their requirement, they need to do some ML operations. Now, what they will do? They are having the cloud. They built their own cloud that we are calling it as a private cloud. Okay, but in that cloud, they are not having any service called as a ML service. But as per their requirement, they need to do some kind of ML operations. Now, if they want to build this ML service their own, what will happen? It will take good amount of time. It will take 5 months or 6 months or 7 months by depending on the amount of employees which they are working on it. But they want to do these ML operations very fastly and immediately. Then what they will do here? Either they will reach out to the AWS or they are going to reach out to the GCP, which is nothing but as a Bank of America company to perform the ML operations. They are using, for example, GCP cloud. For other operations, they built their own cloud platform. So overall, what is happening here? They are going to use their own cloud platform. At the same time, they are using the public cloud platform. So such kind of cloud system, what we can able to say, that only we can able to call it as nothing but hybrid cloud, Sunday. In the real time, in some of the companies, we can able to see this kind of things here. Some companies are built their own cloud system that we are calling it as a private cloud. Some companies are using their cloud plus public code. Such kind of systems only we can able to call it as a hybrid cloud. Now you tell me, for example, if you want to work in this Bank of America company, if you want to work in Bank of America, what kind of knowledge is required now? If you want to work in the Bank of America as a cloud data engineer or as a cloud person, what kind of knowledge is required? Public cloud plus private cloud. Public cloud already we are learning, but coming to private cloud, do we know what kind of features Bank of America people build? No, right? And do we know how we can able to use those features in the Bank of America cloud platform? We don't know. Then what they will do here, once you are going to join in their company, they will provide the KT on their cloud platform, because they built their own cloud platform. It is available to only their company people. Outside people don't know how to use this, and that's the reason if you are going to join as a cloud data engineer in the Bank of America company, what they will do here, they will give the training on their cloud platform, which is nothing but the private cloud platform. At the same time, already you are having knowledge on the GCP, which is nothing but you are having knowledge on the public cloud platform. And based on the requirement, what we are going to do in the Bank of America, we are going to use either public cloud or we are going to use the private cloud. So overall, in this kind of system, what we can able to say, we can able to call it as nothing but hybrid cloud. In the very simple terms, we can able to say hybrid cloud is nothing but it's a combination of public plus private. Just for understanding, we are spending this much of time on it. But if you ask me simple words, what we can able to say, hybrid cloud is nothing but it's a combination of public plus private. Is it clear? Any questions? Again, the same question from my end. In the interviews, are they asking the question, what is the private cloud or what is the public cloud? No. They will not ask all these things, but first time we are going to learn the cloud, and first time we are going to learn about the cloud platforms. All these are the basic things we need to understand. Otherwise, for example, suddenly you are going to work in the Bank of America. After 3 months or 2 months, you are going to get the job in Bank of America. They are saying that we are using the private cloud. If you don't know the private cloud, what will happen? You will ask your TL2, sir, what is the private cloud? So with that question, what will happen? What he can understand? He can understand easily you are a kind of a real-time employee or fake employee, and that's the reason all these are some kind of basic terminologies we need to understand. For example, you joined the Bank of America, your team lead is saying that you are going to work in the migration project. There we are migrating from on-premise to cloud. Immediately you ask the question, sir, what is on-premise? What will happen? First day only they can understand you are a kind of a real-time employee or fake employee, because if you're having really 3 to 4 years of experience, all these are the basic terminologies which you should have knowledge on it. Otherwise, if you're asking these kind of basic questions as part of your KT sessions or as part of the meetings, if you are going to ask all these kind of basic questions, what will happen? Those people easily can able to identify you are a fake employee or a real-time employee. To overcome all these kind of issues, compulsory we should have knowledge about all these kind of basic terminologies. Is it clear? Any questions so far? Okay. Now tell me what is meant by community cloud. If cloud system is available for only to the group of organizations or group of companies. So for example, we are having a cloud system, but is that available to public, all the people? No. Or is it available to only one company? No. What I'm telling here, if a cloud system is available for only to the group of organizations or some group of the companies, and that group only we can able to call it as a community. And in a community, if you are using a particular cloud, that kind of cloud only what we can able to say here, that is nothing but our community cloud. Okay. So like this, overall, we can able to classify cloud is we are having the 4 different types of the clouds. One is public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. By depending on the type of accessing, we can able to call it as a public or private or hybrid or community. Okay. In the same way, here we need to understand one more important terminology is service models. So in the cloud side, we are having the one more topic called as a cloud services models. And here we can able to say IaaS. Any idea what is meant by IaaS?
Infrastructure as service.
As a service.
Yes. Infrastructure as service. Next we are having
Pass.
SaaS,
Platform as a service.
which is nothing but platform as service. And we are having
SAS.
SaaS,
Software as a
software as service.
Service.
Okay. Other than this, we have so many other things like storage as service, big data as service, data warehouse as service, IoT as service. We'll discuss about all those things. But at the high level, we can able to say we are having the 3 different types of the services, which are nothing but IaaS, which is nothing but infrastructure as service, and PaaS, which is nothing but platform as service. And next one, we are having it as a SaaS, which is nothing but software as service. Other than this, we are having storage as service and IoT as service and database as service and big data analytics as service and function as service, containers as service. So like this, we are having different types of the services. We need to understand about all these things. And for example, in the GCP, we are going to discuss about one topic, one service called as a cloud storage, which is falls under storage as service. Otherwise, what will happen if you don't know about the storage as service? You cannot able to understand what we are going to discuss in the one of the service called as a cloud storage in the coming classes. And in the same way, in the coming classes, we are going to discuss about the data prop. What is the data prop? That is nothing but one of the cloud service, which one of the GCP cloud service, which is falls under big data analytics as service. Okay, like this, first we need to understand what is meant by all these services. Once you can understand what is meant by all these services, and automatically what will happen? You can able to easily understand whatever the GCP services we are going to cover as part of our coming classes. Okay, that's the reason as part of tomorrow's session, we will cover all these services. So in the tomorrow session, we are going to cover about what is IaaS, what is the PaaS, what is the SaaS, and at the same time, we are going to cover all the remaining services. After that, we are going to link all these services are how it linked to our GCP services, and because for which cloud form we are going to learn in the next 45 to 60 days. GCP, which is nothing but we need to understand in the GCP, which is the storage as service, in the GCP, which is the database as service, in the GCP, which is the big data as service. And if you want to understand that, first we need to understand all these services, then we can understand in the GCP side which services are fall into which category. With that, you can able to get the clear picture which service we are using as part of our cloud data engineering. Is it clear? And actually, this is the tomorrow session. And one more important thing, tomorrow we will configure, or we are going to configure our GCP account. So what we are going to do here, we are going to configure, or we are going to set up our GCP account. Okay. And if you want to perform this activity, so this is the kind of a practical activity only. So we need to do it practically. Now to perform this activity, this is the prerequisite. Please bring your personal laptop, your own laptop. We should have Windows 10 OS. Okay, so please bring your personal laptops only. So in that you should have the Windows 10 operating system. And second one, you should have credit card or debit card, which should have access to international transactions. So by default, all the debit cards and credit cards should have the international transactions, and just cross check it once. Whatever the credit card or debit card which you are going to bring, that should have the international transaction access. With that, what will happen by using your laptop and by using the credit card and debit card, and one more important thing, you should have your Gmail account. So with the help of these three, what we can do here, we are going to create the GCP account, which is nothing but our Google Cloud Platform account. And I hope everyone is having the Gmail account, but we are going to work on the Gmail or we are going to work on the Google Cloud. We are going to work in the Google Cloud. If you want to work in the Google Cloud, compulsory we need to create the GCP account. In the tomorrow session, first we'll discuss about all the different services we are having in the GCP. After that, we are going to configure or set up our GCP account. And if you want to do this activity, what is required? You should bring your laptop and you should get the credit card or debit card, whatever, anything is fine. And after that, you should have your Gmail account. Okay. And one more important thing, with one credit or debit card, we can configure only one GCP account. So please remember this. So if you want to create the GCP account, what is happened? So if you are going to use one credit card, by using the same credit card, we cannot able to create the one more GCP account. So that's the reason, with one credit or debit card, what will happen? We can able to configure only one GCP account. And after configuring the GCP account, we will get free trial for 90 days. So here, see what we are using the credit card and debit card only, but don't worry, your money will not deduct from the credit card or debit card. Just for the authorization, we are given the credit card and debit card. And once we are going to give the credit card or debit card details, they will deduct only 2 rupees.
2 rupees.
So from you, so what is going to happen? They are going to deduct only 2 rupees only, and after 1 week, again they are going to credit back that 2 rupees to your account. So that's the reason, no need to worry about from the money side. Only for the authorization, they are asking the credit card and debit card. Okay. And once we are going to create the GCP account, what is going to happen? You are going to get the free trial for 90 days, or you will get $300 as free credits. Okay. So once we are going to create the GCP account, what is going to happen? You are going to get the free trial for 90 days, or you will get the $300 as a free credits. And earlier what we discussed, we need to pay as you use. Okay. So we need to pay the money whenever we are going to use the cloud services. But if we are going to create the free account, what is going to happen? They are giving the $300 to you only. With this $300, you can able to perform all the practical sessions in the coming days. Okay. Otherwise, for example, if you cannot able to use the $300, what is going to happen? After 90 days, your GCP account will be expired. Okay. Whatever is first. If 90 days are going to complete, and if you are not using the $300, still what will happen? Your GCP account will expire. For example, within the 45 days only, you used all these $300. Then also what will happen? Your GCP account will expire. Expire in the sense, you need to pay the money from that time onwards. After 90 days, you need to pay the money. Or after completion of this $300 usage, we need to pay the money. But to perform the practice for all the topics, whatever we are discussing in the classes only, this 90 days would be more than enough, and this $300 would be more than enough. For example, within the 90 days, you could not able to complete the practice. Then what you can do? You can create the one more Gmail account. Just you can get the one more credit card or debit card and create the one more GCP account. With that, you can able to perform the practice. For example, within the 40 days or 30 days only, all these $300 are over. Then what we can do? Create the one more account by using the one more Gmail account. Only thing is nothing but you need to have the one more credit card or debit card, and whatever the number of credit cards or debit cards we are going to have, based on that, you can able to create those many GCP accounts. But my suggestion is, please maintain only one GCP account till completion of the classes, and with that, you can able to cover all the topics by using the single GCP account. Is it clear? So which is nothing but, so coming to tomorrow's class, what are the prerequisites? You need to bring your own laptops, and you need to bring your credit card or debit card, and you need to get the Gmail account. And with all these things, what we can do here, we can able to create the GCP accounts. Okay. And one more important thing, we created the Telegram group. Please join that group. Okay, so please check with the admin team, Andy. So admin team will provide the inputs on this. So they will share the link to you. So please join this link. So in this link, we will provide the updates to you. So for example, so I'm not going to cancel any classes, just I'm telling you. For example, tomorrow, because of any reason, I am going to cancel the class. How you can able to get the update? They will send the mails or they will send the messages. But sometimes what will happen, your mail ID or if your phone number is missing, then if you are in the Telegram group, what will happen? In the Telegram group, we are going to send each and every update only. So with that, you can able to plan yourself. For example, today I am going to take the 3 classes, morning at 11:45 and afternoon. Tomorrow I will take only 1 class. If you want to get such kind of updates, please join the Telegram group. And how you can able to join the Telegram group? They will share one link to you. Please check with the admin team. They will share the link. In that Telegram group, we are going to share all the updates at the same time. Materials or assignments or any notes. So as I told earlier, Andy, so whatever the thing I'm typing here, I will share this entire notes to your mail IDs, or I will share this entire thing into our Telegram group. So that's the reason in the classes, if you want, you can take the running notes. I won't stop you. But if you want to focus completely on the class, you can able to focus completely on the class. Whatever the topics, whatever the statements we are discussing, everything I will type mostly here. With this, after completion of the class, just to go through these notes, with that, you can able to recap what we discussed as part of our classes. Is it clear? Other than this, we are going to provide the handouts also for each and every class. And if you see this one, so this is the handout you will get after the class. Here you can able to see what is meant by cloud computing platform. Here you can able to see what all are the different services we are having in the cloud. So this is the topic we are going to cover in the tomorrow session. And here you can able to see compute service, storage service, database service, all this information. So like this, whatever the topics we are covering in the classes, you can able to get the notes. At the same time, you will get the handouts also. With that, you can able to learn all the things after completion of the classes also. But how you can able to get all these things? One option, we will send everything in the Telegram group. Otherwise, we will put all these things in our Google Drive. And currently, we are using the Telegram group, but after 2 or 3 days, maybe we will put all these things in the Google Drive. But even for the Google Drive also, what need to happen? You need to share your mail IDs to the admin team. So please share your mail IDs and please join the Telegram group to get the assignments or to get the material or to get the handout or to get any kind of updates. Please join the Telegram group and also please share your mail IDs to the admin team. Is it clear? Okay. Just I want to add one last thing. Today at 11:45 to 1 p.m. we are having second class. So here we are going to start discussing about our database concepts. See, if you know about the database concepts, well and good, but my sincere request, sincere suggestion, Andy, please try to attend the database concepts, where we are going to cover all database concepts from the scratch level to till advanced level. We are starting from the what is database, what is a row, what is a column, from that level to till the joins, aggregations, Windows function, till that advanced level. We are going to cover all the topics in the detailed way by giving the general examples and also by giving the real-time examples and by giving some kind of assignments. That's the reason. Please try to attend the database concepts classes also. So today from 11:45 to 1 p.m. we are having the second class. And next class we are having from 2:30 to 4 p.m. So this is the third class. So please plan yourself. 11:45 to 1 p.m. we are having the one more class, and 2:30 to 4 p.m. also we are going to have the one more class. I hope you received all the links for this. If you haven't received the Zoom links, and admin team will share the links. So please join those classes. In those classes, we are going to discuss about our database concepts. Is it clear? Now coming to new pupils, immediately we'll ask a question. Sir, why we are conducting 3 classes in a day? What is our plan? Daily only 1 class or 3 classes?
2 classes.
Or 2 or 3? I think on the demo day or on the first day only I told you only, every day at least we are going to have the one class, 2 classes or 3 classes by depending on my availability. Today I am available. That's the reason I am planning to take the 3 classes. And first class we completed, we discuss about the cloud related things. In every class, if I am going to discuss the cloud, what will happen? In all the 3 classes, I will discuss about only cloud. What will happen? You will get the frustration on the cloud, you will get the bore feeling on the cloud only. That's the reason we'll switch the topics. Okay, one class regarding the cloud, second class regarding the database concepts, third class will discuss some separate topic. With that, what will happen? You can able to balance your brain also on each and every topic. In every class, if you are going to discuss about the cloud, at the end of the day, what will happen? Everything will go as a bouncer. You won't able to understand anything. And that's the reason in every class we'll discuss about the different topics. My sincere request, please try to attend all the classes. Coming to real-time employees, if you are having any kind of issues, we'll share the recordings. If you are unable to join the classes, these classes, please at least try to go through the recordings. With that, you can understand what topics we discussed as part of these classes. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. Thank you. So we'll meet you at 11:45. Online people, any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Sir, any
Okay.
practice from now till afternoon, sir?
No, actually today so far we haven't discussed about any practical related topics, and that's the reason today there is no practical sessions. If you want, you can go through all these things. Okay, after 15 or 20 minutes, I will send these notes to you. You can go through all these topics in next 1 hour if you want. But today we don't have any kind of practical sessions because we haven't started any practicals. But tomorrow onwards, mostly we are going to create the GCP account and we are going to start the database concepts, right? So with that, we can able to start the practical sessions from tomorrow. But today, mostly we are going to have only classes. But if you want to spend the time, you can spend the time about all these topics. Whatever the topics we discussed in today's session, you can go through all these topics. I will send everything in the Telegram group.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Online people, offline people, any questions?